welcome to the Flicks, Picks, and the Nitpicks, and I am your humble host, Nove718, and we are going to get into the Batman trailer 3. Now, I just want to jump right into it. Full disclaimer, I wasn't exactly excited about this movie when they first talked about it because I was so invested in Ben Affleck's rendition of Bruce Wayne and the Batman that we seen brought to life via Zack Snyder. I loved what they was attempting to do with it. I loved the variation of that Batman in BVS, like an angry brawler that's just at his edge. He is not for no BS. He's coming. When I'm coming, and I will put the fear of God even in the lowercase God's face, if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's in terms of Superman. Like, this dude was not afraid to go at an alien, and he did the prep time and everything. That was the type of Batman that I was very much interested in. One that's already been around, one that's had more trauma and loss since what got him on this road to, I don't know if you want to call it redemption, but road to Batman, becoming Batman in terms of losing his parents to crime and wanting to take on crime and make criminals afraid, genuinely afraid and in fear of someone else worse. And I thought that was very interesting. One that had surrendered his no-kill policy. Not that he would just go out his way to kill people, but now he's not afraid of the discernment that if you're a criminal and in his way and you're actively trying to kill him, he'll get you out of the way. Call it self-defense if you want to do that. A lot of people went out of their way and wanted to say, oh, he's murdering people. Now, that's not murder. To be honest, technically, that's self-defense. He's actually in the wrong just being in that bad suit running around chasing people, to be quite honest. But that's neither here nor there. But that's the Batman I was interested in. But Matt Reeves, as I did a little bit more research into what he's done before, I've actually seen two of his films. I haven't seen the last edition of, what was it, Planet of the Apes, but I saw the one that he directed, and I think it's called Let Me In, and he's a very interesting director. I will not lie, very interesting director. So when we started seeing the first trailers and the pictures and stuff, it was like, oh, he's really going out of his way, not so much to be Tim Burton, but he is like a mashup of Tim Burton, Snyder, and I want to say what Christopher Nolan brought to it in terms of making it very more realistic, but also incorporating those, it's his own kind of thing going on. But he went out of his way to find a place that could give him a Gotham that's more gothic and has a certain stylized feel without being hyper stylized as Tim Burton was. And I found that very interesting. I think that he's on the direction in which I would have loved to have seen these bad guys being legit criminals, psychopaths, and really bringing like the fear factor in it. Like, this is not an environment just easy to be living in, and giving that Seven feel, which I really enjoy. I thought that was a very thoughtful position to make. So I'm very interested in this world of the Batman. Still not as interested in anything I'm following or the breadcrumbs on the Snyderverse and what's going on with that, and in hopes that we see another Ben Affleck Batman. But to stay on point, the Batman looks very interesting. And if you know anything about me, I love the fact that when he takes off the mask, the makeup on his eyes is still there. I love that. It gives you this idea that even when he took the mask off, he never took the mask off. And it really lets you, it feels more visceral that way. And because he has the makeup, when he takes off the mask, it kind of makes him indistinguishable, even as Bruce Wayne, from the other criminals in makeup. And we can really just focus on the Joker. I mean, he's not the only one that's worn makeup, but you know, that's the idea, and that's what I got off of it, and that's what I love seeing. So I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do with this. I want to see what the Catwoman looks like in her full outfit. I do love the fact that, just like how Christopher Nolan did with the Catwoman in his variation of it, when she throws the goggles up, it gives cat ears. I love that. So when you have this Catwoman now, I think she wears like a Scully, but the way she wears it, it looks like she has cat ears. I like that. I really do. Like, it's subtle, but it makes them translate into realism in a very authentic way, without being over stylized and over like it looks like this one big elaborate costume, and without having to do that. And I love that. I really love that. I think it's very thoughtful, very visually appealing, and makes it a lot more consumable in terms of, could this really happen? You could consume it as something that this could have really happened. And I like that. I like that, because now it makes you really more immersed into the world. Now, that being said, I want to see what they're going to do with this. We're going to just jump right into the trailer review. You already know what it is, so let's just do it. Okay. The blue against the red backdrop looks dope. Okay, good.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call.
Okay, now they showing Alfred.
It's a warning.
I've been trying to reach you. Find the gun!
I'm liking it.
Powder keg. And Rither's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say.
Everybody's finding out who Batman is. I don't like that.
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance.
It's funny how she has an outfit looking like Poison Ivy a little bit.
Black and blue and dead all over.
Dick.
Oh shit.
I got you!
I like that. Yeah, okay. The fight scenes look dope. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing all day long. Loving it, 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 and loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. We're going to run it back in a second, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. I love the color themes. It's still keeping it dark, but it's playing between blues and reds in a way that contrasts, but still works for the visuals. It's still giving you that gothic appeal, still making Gotham feel outworldly in a way, like its own thing, which Gotham is supposed to be a character onto its own. I love some of those sweeping shots of them up in the sky scrapping. But one thing in particular that I did enjoy that they pulled that you see more in a Spider-Man film. The first person of Spider-Man swinging, they did a first person of Batman coming down, like going through the air, like how he swings with the grappling hook. That was dope. If they could actually play with that a little bit, I'm not saying do that all throughout it and make it like a gimmick, but if you could play with it at the right key moments to basically see through the cowl when he's going through it, that's even more visceral because he's a human being. He's not a super. He's not a metahuman. He is out here like a regular dude at peak physical condition that's going out here and taking on anybody like they little people. And if you know Batman, he done fought dude that was far from little. So I'm loving the fact that they're showing that kind of they're depicting a Batman that is not afraid, like almost like the man without fear, and he's just going for it, especially for this to be a smaller Batman. We haven't seen since Chris Nolan, so this is what I'm looking forward to. I love what I'm seeing. I really do. Yeah, I really like this. We're gonna have to run this back again. I really like this. I really like this. I really like this. I really like this. Let's do this again. Cue this bad boy up. Hold on. Hold on. I'm really liking it. I ain't even gonna lie, man. And go. Really liking this. I love the voiceovers. They let the young lady kind of like give you the story now, what we're dealing with this world of Batman.
When that light hits the sky.
And these are people that are expecting Bruce Wayne to do a whole lot more, not knowing that he's been doing a whole lot more.
It's a warning.
He still looks weird, but sometimes like when he wears a cowl, he throws me off, but I'm getting used to seeing him in a cowl.
This is a powder keg, and Rither's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this
Now she a sexy thing in this.
Before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
That's what I don't like.
I'm vengeance.
Black
Yeah, she looked like Poison Ivy in the
and dead all over.
in that ghetto. Damn.
I got you!
I love the music. Doom, 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 doom. It's really setting off a different world, a different atmosphere. It's really setting itself apart from all the variations of Batman, which I really do enjoy. You know, and it's still, they're all undeniably Batman, which is beautiful. So I'm really enjoying what Matt Reeves is attempting to bring to the table, the darkness, and most important, he's really trying to push the detective aspect, and even further than that, he's really trying to make Gotham a character. That's something that I believe I've been on the record for in one of these shows online and whatnot that I've done, where I said that, yo, you need to make Gotham a character. Gotham can be a character onto itself, and it looks like that's what they're going out of their way to do. Like Chris Nolan wanted to make it just very much a city that you could see anything in. Same thing with Zack Snyder never really did his own rendition of Gotham per se, like not really, like any shot. They never really even exclaimed that he was actually in Gotham. The only time he was really in Gotham was when he was like at on his property. So his property is too isolated. They never really showed. He never really went out of his way to show Gotham. That was left to David Ayer, and hopefully we do get that David Ayer cut. Release the David Ayer cut, of course. But I'm loving what I see. I think this is actually a great direction to go in. I'm not mad that Matt Reeves wanted to not fold his universe into anything else, because this does look like it's doing something else. I would have been okay and fine with that this would have taken place back in the day, like they said it was in the beginning, to make it be like we're telling a trilogy of stories before we get to this part of Batman, which is the Bat flick. But again, in order to do that, then you'd have to really bounce between the director of the older Ben Affleck's Batman, and to figure out which villain you want to take. And I could understand how that could be concerning, because especially if you want to do your own rendition of it, I have more oversight, not just from studio, from another director, because he's using these characters and it has to line up. And it's not like Matt Reeves hasn't done that before, because he had to jump into the Apes trilogy after someone else directed the first one. But I can also understand once you graduate to that and someone tells you Batman, okay, I could do this all over. That's what's up. This is my idea. Oh, we want you to fold it. Nah, I want to do my own thing. Because I remember when Matt Reeves walked away, I think it was because they was trying to fold it into the DCU universe at large and set that in the 90s. And I think he was just like, no, I want to set this in now time. There is no Superman. There's none of this stuff. It's just Batman and Gotham dealing with Batman stuff. I don't want to focus on the universe. I want to focus on a trilogy of just Batman. And then after the trilogy, then we could probably consider shepherding other characters, if you will, outside of Gotham, and I guess migrate towards New Justice League.